Here we go live. And we are live. Hey everybody. For those of you who don't know, below me is Tiffany. Over there is Tammy. And over there is Gina. And I'm Mama D.
Hi.
This is going to be an interesting and open conversation about stuff that's going on. If you haven't heard about it, April 24th is supposed to be, I can't even say the word, but I'm going to say it anyway, Rape Day. And it was started on TikTok. That's where I heard about it. Some people are saying it's a scam. Some people are saying it's just people wanting to get their, 15 minutes fame or whatever. Hello, we're going to last an hour. Okay. But the point is, it's a conversation that needs to be had. Some men, and I'm going to say women as well, because I know that there are rapists that are women, think it's just, yeah, I'm going to have a field day. I'm going to make so and so be my. I'm gonna fill up Gina's swear jar, but I want to make so and so be my bitch. I'm gonna make them do what I want them to do. And a lot of people believe that rape is about sex. It's not about sex. It's about power. It's about dominating the power over somebody. And the thing is, it's not. You don't have power. You're weak. Because if you really want to have a connection with somebody, you got to make a connection. And dominating them is not right.
Exactly.
Hey, Joel.
But to make this a day, like a holiday, right?
Yeah.
Kind of like The Purge, the movie The Purge, which I definitely disagree with.
I didn't watch it. So.
That it's just a stupid concept. And then they make it into a whole bunch of movies and then ultimately into a series. So where does the mindset go, in humanity to go to this, to have a day? I mean, this is outrageous. It's outrageous to say that it's okay that all day, this day, you can rape men, women, children, whoever you want. What the hell is that? Honest to God, that is just totally disturbing. And what does that say to us as humans? What does that say to our daughters, our kids, our sons, or whatever? What does that say? And all these kids, and a lot of kids are on TikTok. Tammy, you're on TikTok a lot. You use TikTok a lot. I don't have TikTok. Yeah. I didn't even know that this was going on. Tammy, you pointed it out. You pointed it out to me first. Mama brought it up, and so Tammy gets outraged. Tammy knows everything like this. As soon as something happens, Tammy's on it. Right? she is.
Like social work kind of things, yeah, because that's right. My background,
That's right. So Tammy and Tiffany both work with people in the fields and medical fields and dealing with people that have dealt with being raped. It's horrible.
Well, it's not just that, but Tammy and I have been victims of sexual.
Yeah.
So that goes on top of it. So not only can we empathize with those who have been sexually assaulted, men and women, but we can also be angry that someone would take something so traumatic and painful and violent and turn it into a national fucking holiday.
Exactly.
And you pointed out something really good, Gina. It's not just women. It's not just men. It's children too. And how many children there right now are victims of sexual assault? There's sex trafficking. There's things like that. And for anybody to be like, oh, we're going to make 24th National Rape Day. Well, how about we make April 24th National Stick a fucking, cactus up your ass day for anybody who thinks that's okay.
Right.
Well, I always said, bring back martial law. Whatever happens to, whatever you do to someone, that's what happens to you. How would they like it? You know what I'm saying? Because you figure you take a full-grown man and a child. All right. Obviously, the man is gonna, overtake a child easy, or some women, not all, but some, or men, but still the size differences and such. So you take that man, you get a bigger guy than him, and have him do the same thing to you. That you know what I mean? That you did. But how about we make this day National? Find a counselor day.
Let's have a conversation about
into counseling. But the whole thing, I mean, yeah, it's because like you said, all right, and I'm going to try to find that one thing to put up here. I think it's this: sex crimes are not about sex, but acts of physical and psychological violence, power and control.
Yep.
And that's what it is. So,
and rape is defined as the penetration, no matter
it's more than just that.
how slight of any body part or object used or oral penetration by a sex organ.
Right. Right. But like how many people have gone this so many people that I know have gone through this. I've gone through this, I think everyone in this room has gone through this, Are there anybody that you very rare this is sad. This is sad news that it's, the majority have had bad experiences than the minority, and that really needs to change. So what happens is we need more mental health people like you guys, like Tammy and Tiffany working.
My two best friends were raped in high school, and there was an attempted rape on me in high school.
At 4 years old, I had an attempted rape thing on me, and what I remember of it, you know what I mean? But I remember it. And then my first sexual experience was I was raped by a boy that I was actually dating, his best friend. It's like, what the hell?
Yeah.
That's your first experience. So what do you think about that after that? You know what I mean? You get standoffish, and then and then there's date rapes, and there's everything else. There's rapes within relationships. It's countless,
And back in the day when we were young, okay, I'm going to age myself. I'm going to be older than all you guys, but it wasn't considered rape. If your date, your partner, your boyfriend, whatever, took advantage of you, well, you guys are dating, that's what happens in life, Oh yeah. And it's like it's not. And it shouldn't be something that we just sort of like, oh, well, that was then, this is not. No, it's the same damn thing. And it's just people. And the thing is, what I've noticed with watching TikTok a lot is that the ones who created this, and I'm not sure where it started, but there's TikTok, and I think it was on the Instagram as well. I'm not 100% sure on that one. Those originators, they're nowhere to be found. There are a few that have created fake profiles and have gone to trolling women and going, oh, I can't wait for the 24th so I can, and they get really rude. But the majority, and amazingly so, the majority of the TikToks that I've seen are men saying, ladies, if you're having an issue, because they equate it just to women, but it's not all about women. But in this case, the guys are saying, ladies, if you're having an issue, if you're not comfortable, walk up to some guy who, even if you don't know, put your arm on him, hand on him, and just, and they'll protect you. And guys, whoops, she drove off. I knew she would. Just, will to protect you. And guys, if you have this, some strange woman walks up, you put your hand on you and talks to you like she knows who you are, even though you don't know. Put two and two together. This is what needs to be done. Protect her, defend her. And there's a lot of women out there doing the same thing that they're saying, walk up to somebody's house. But sometimes it's not as simple. It's not as easy. Like you said, mental health needs to be adjusted. These people who started this may have been a joke. Like, what was it? Go over to Roswell type of thing.
Yeah,
and it was just.
Yeah, I guess six guys are the ones that started that whole thing on TikTok.
I'd like to know who they were.
I heard it was young men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. 1 out of 6 women will experience some form of sexual assault.
Yep. 1 out of 5, 1 out of 6. The statistics are crazy. There are so many. You look up these statistics, and they're changing constantly.
They are.
And if you scan this code with your phone or your tablet, this will take you to a site a page or whatever that tells you the ratios of rapes per state. So whatever state you live in. And it was amazing to me that the highest state was Alaska for rapes. And that gives you a ratio of men to women. And then it gives you the statistical amount of women that are raped. And then, it's so high even in 2021. And we just begun 2021. It's ridiculous that this is still going on so rapidly.
And 2021, we went through that Me Too movement, and it's still high. And especially with COVID, people are like in the same proximity of each other.
Right. Right. But someone has to teach these people that have these urges, that urge to actually physically overpower someone. And that's the way that you're going to actually what? Get your rocks off? I mean, seriously, there are ways to do that. You can pay people. Some people like that kind of stuff. I'm sure there's a site that will tell you who likes that kind of rough sex, right? Go there. Right?
But even that,
role play with your partner.
But that's the thing. Even that, what they want is they don't want consent. They don't want a consensual sex. They want the.
I know, but you can have that. You can buy that. You can say to someone, "Here she is. Hi, honey." You can hire someone that likes to be raped, right, or whatever, or can play that role, but they consent to it. You can still have that experience, but you could do that. I mean, all this crazy shit everywhere you go. They like it. Those are the people. Those people get together. Right? Don't harm anybody. Harms anyone in this room right here. God forbid.
Yeah.
I find you because I will kill you. These are the best women I know. Right here, right in this room.
Oh, okay.
I would lay my life down for.
All right, something is happening to someone's mic. Sounds robotic.
Well, it could have been mine because I was being Italian.
I'll leave it turn off my mic and see what happens.
I don't know. I can hear you fine.
That?
Can you hear me, Mama?
Yep, can you hear me fine?
All right. Tammy, you muted yourself.
Yeah, in case it was, she did that in case it was hers, but she can still hear us, and when she's ready to talk, she'll unmute.
Okay.
Hopefully, unless she does a Mama D and talk without unmuting.
Yeah. So what you missed, though, Tiffany, was I was just saying that like what the mindset of someone that has to overpower someone. If that's what you need to like get your rocks off, you could actually go and hire someone to play that role for you. Someone that consents to it, but you could still have that experience if that's the only way that you can,
I'm so against that though. Yeah.
That's the problem though. Nobody wants that. They don't want a willing participant because it's part of the control. That's part of the violence.
Right.
They don't want to have to pay for it. They just want to take it because they think they have that right.
Yeah.
And so, that would be under role play, which is consensual, and that's one thing. But unfortunately, the people like that don't do that.
No.
It's all about the control. It's all about the power. It's all about you're begging me to stop, and you know what? I can if I want to, but I don't want to. And the more you beg, the more this is what I'm getting off on.
Right.
And that goes for women too.
Yeah.
Right.
It's just.
But I'm not saying all, but some of that big group. You know what I mean? You can maybe cut some of because the statistics are far too fucking high.
Yeah.
There's somebody raped every 6 months. Like while we've been on, the 2 people have already been raped.
Exactly.
While we've been on the show.
That is unacceptable.
Yeah. According to the Rape and Abuse and Incest National Network, every 7.3 seconds, American is sexually assaulted.
And I'll be the first to admit, right now I'm sitting in a parking lot, and there's a college dormitory attached to it. Now, rape is really high. Statistics are high in colleges.
Yeah.
And while we're talking about this right now, my mind is fluttering to those dorms in the back, and I'm wondering what's happening right now.
Exactly.
That we don't know about.
Exactly.
So,
that's the thing is like people gotta stand up for people. If your friends buddy up, they did that when there was if there's attacks on people at colleges, they always say, then they call to arms. When it happens, they call to arms. And then does it last? No. It usually lasts until maybe that perpetrator is caught, perhaps. But it just, dwindles off. And that's going to stop. I mean, it needs to be addressed. It needs to be a committee, a task force, or something needs to be put into place to stop this.
But I have to give props to some of the guys on TikTok actually, because they did make TikTok saying, if I find a piece of shit even thinking about touching somebody without consent, I have a backyard. I am not afraid to go to jail. I will take you out.
Yeah.
And they also say, to us women, if you're in a store and you think someone's trying to, perpetrate you, come grab my arm. I'll be your new boyfriend. until you leave that store. We'll walk to your car together and I'll make sure you get home safe. So props to those guys out there on TikTok.
Yeah, there were
Yeah.
a lot of men out there on TikTok that were against it and like showed their guns and stuff. Like,
Oh, good. Well, that awesome. Is honey? All right, babe. And Piper. Actually, Millie. Hi, Millie.
Hi, Piper.
hi.
So
But
I'm
this is a
trying to-
conversation that needs to be had so that people understand that there are people out there that are willing to support you. And the thing is, there's a lot of people who are afraid to talk about their experiences.
Right.
They won't, they just say, no, it's not me, it's not me. But it's an experience that somebody's had that they've kind of sort of forgotten it. They've kind of sort of gotten past it. But then there's that moment that something triggers it and then it affects. You know, it's either a word or a smell or a sound or a song that'll trigger you. And then it's like, you know, people think, you know, it happened to you when you were 16. It's over. It's done with. You're 60. You're 80. It doesn't matter. No, it does matter. You know, our minds can bring it back in a heartbeat. And it's
The word
probably
rape
most of
can trigger somebody.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And no, it's true. You know, and it's that's why a lot of people on TikTok were using the @ symbol for the A. Not that it makes a difference, and it does make, you know, it doesn't make a difference, but it's still the word. We still can read it. We still understand what it means.
Right.
Yeah.
And these are a lot of the things that are listed on this that, you know.
Acquaintance rape victims suffer from the same psychological harms as stranger rape victims. Shock, shame and humiliation, anxiety, depression, substance abuse, suicidal thoughts, loss of self-esteem, social isolation, anger, distrust of others, fear of AIDS, guilt, sexual dysfunction, and helplessness. And I'm sure that's only just touching the top.
Yeah, that's just a little bit of it. You know, not even AIDS anymore. Any sexual freaking disease.
I did work with a lot as a social worker. I'm a former social worker, no longer. Well, I'm sort of in the field, but I'm more in the long-term care. But I did work with a lot of people that got AIDS because they either were raped, or like their father used them as sexual trafficking, and they were raped by men. Yeah, I'm sure Tiffany has that too. Like, has worked with those victims. I had one client that had every STD in the book because her father pimped her out.
Oh my God, that is
when she was a child.
Oh my God, how old?
Done that too.
When I got her as a client, she was 18, but she like started when she was like 12 or something.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God. You know what I'd like to do to that man?
What a lot of people would like to do.
But mothers do that too.
Yeah,
I know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was drugs, for beer.
Yeah.
I mean, their mother watched a man rape them and beat them. And when they were done, she's like, well, there's another one. I'm out of beer. You have to go.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I just
there was something that someone said, and I'm not sure whether it was TikTok or Facebook, but there are people, and I'm using that term very lightly. There are human beings that have used their children to breed more children, more babies, so they can use them and pimp them out as children. And because they're born in isolation, there's no birth certificate, so nobody misses them when they're gone. Nobody can declare them missing.
Oh my God.
And this is what people do. You know, come on, guys.
For sex. Is it that important? I mean, what is the fucking drive that is
so into money though?
You know,
that turns into money.
Well, yes,
yeah, exactly.
But it's the people that sexual drive is what's making them do this, right? To buy them, you know, the greed. You got the greed on the one side of the pimp. You know what I mean? But it's the person that's buying. You got to stop the person that's buying.
Yeah.
Well, look at Jeffrey Epstein. I mean, he was
who raped people.
Yeah.
I mean, Jeffrey Epstein. And then we saw a documentary. We do mandated reporting because we have to be mandated reporters. So if we see something, we have to turn it in. And so there was a story about these two guys on YouTube because they wanted their own special. They wanted their own reality show. Hi, baby Lissa.
Hi, Jonice.
And so you know what they did was they filmed themselves looking for children to sex traffic. And they tried them out themselves to make sure that they were quality. And it was because they ran away from home. And when the girls wanted to go back home, they wouldn't. And you know what? Rape, sex trafficking is all cultures. I don't want to hear anybody say it's a predominant this, it's a predominant that. No, it is all culture. And you know what?
Yeah.
They are perpetrated by their own race. And
Most
that's
of
what
it,
these
right?
things do.
And it
And then
happens
they were
in all ages,
all
and
ages.
genders,
But these were 12-year-old little girls. And they
and sexual
actually, and
orientation.
organizations actually reached out.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Melissa Ann says Jeffrey Epstein is so awful. There are so many celebrities and officials all wrapped up in that. Just awful. It is. It is that awful.
Well, speaking of that, people reached out to a certain organization that gets on a pedestal when, you know, there is cops versus this for help with the sex trafficking problem in their community, and they denied the help.
Get the hell out of here. What the hell?
They denied it.
Wow.
They're like, nope, that doesn't happen in our community. That's not it. We're not, and that's not our priority right now. Our priority is this, not that.
Well, you know what? People got to set up more like a community center type of thing then. You know what I mean? If the federal government won't step in and help, then people in communities need to step in and help. You know what I mean? So a lot of, you know, community centers and
they are, but not everybody knows about them. And that's also half the battle, is that getting what services are available to the community members. Because I can't tell you, and I'm sure Tammy and Melissa have ran into this. We'll go out and do outreach and we'll be like, here, the service is available. We're here for you. And they're like, oh my God, you exist. And and the agency could be there. The service could have been there for 20 years and nobody knew.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to send, if
there's a lot of embarrassment.
If Melissa's still here, I'm going to send you the link if you want to join. If you want to come on, Melissa, you're more than welcome.
There's a lot of embarrassment with rape too.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And a lot of victim shaming and a lot of victim blaming. But people rape don't call themselves victim. Once they're empowered, they call themselves survivors.
Yep.
Because I volunteered at Vera House, who is domestic violence and does rape. Vera House is an agency in Syracuse, and they do domestic violence and work with rape victims. And once they're empowered,
it's something.
They're called survivors.
Yeah.
That's exactly what
Melissa says she's driving. She's not home in the
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, there are so many. If you go you just go online and you put in anything about rape statistics, you will be blown away at how much information is up there. And these effects, again, you know, and this is where you need counseling. Well, what happens to these women after the fact, right? All these symptoms, victim of sexual assault are 3 times more likely to suffer from depression, 6 times more likely to suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder, 13 times more likely to abuse alcohol, 26 more times more likely to abuse drugs, 4 times more likely to contemplate suicide. For women, sexual assault is a leading cause of PTSD. Okay, that's just some, you know, and then what happens there? You know,
it's just the tip of the iceberg.
I know it's like the domino effect. So that person that perpetrates this on one person, that one person that this happened to, has got a lifetime of shit to deal with after that.
Well, also, there's so much victim shaming, but people are afraid to come forward because when they do try to take it to court or something, and I'm not saying all people do this, but they often get the trial becomes attacked on them.
Yeah.
And it's terrible. And so they're afraid to go to the police, which not all police are terrible, please understand. And not all attorneys are terrible. But because people want to get their client off, they'll start attacking the victim's credibility.
Yeah.
They'll start attacking everything about the victim. And that's also scary. Like, do you ever watch the movie The Accused? Well, that was a real case, and about a woman who got raped in a bar. by like 6 different men.
Oh, was that
Yeah.
with
It
Jodie
happened
Foster?
in New York State.
Was that
It
Jodie
happened
Foster?
in New York State
Yep.
up north somewhere.
Yeah, that was an
In Long
unbelievable
Island.
movie.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that poor girl was raped by 6 different men in a bar in front of people. She was only 22.
And it
She
happened
was
in
dead
a
a year
small
later.
town. And everyone victimized. Everyone like shamed her.
I know, like
They
it's her
did.
Yeah.
fault,
And
right? If you dress, so what? You can dress however you want. We're in a free nation, right? You can
Yeah.
dress however you want. Doesn't mean
but it shouldn't have
it's
to do with
okay
anything
to
with dress.
attack. Yeah.
No, it shouldn't
No,
have
but
to do anything with dress.
no, but we realize that now. Unfortunately, it's it's later than what we should have. Because back in the day,
Power turns people into animals, effing animals. Yes,
yeah,
Yeah.
it does.
it's true.
Is back in the day, your dress was too short, your shirt was too low. You know,
Oh yeah, like
yeah,
you were asking for
you
it.
were asking for it, or
Yeah.
and it's like a lot of, well, you dress like that because you want me, and now it's like for me, I say I dress the way I dress for myself, not for other people. If other people have an issue with it, that's their issue, not mine. But it still makes a difference to some people. You too much cleavage. Muslim women, they can't show their hair. So if you show your hair, then you're like, oh, look, okay, she shows her hair. We can do whatever we want to. So every culture, is different. So it's like, no, come on, we gotta, there are standards
But I guess,
to humanity.
yeah, I guess like worldwide.
Yeah, and the thing is,
in the
it's not
States,
just
like Alaska has the most rapes.
yeah,
States,
and it's not just in the
worldwide,
States,
it's like
because I'm in
South
Canada and
Africa.
it happens here. Yeah,
Yeah,
South
so
Africa.
South Africa, there's a lot of rapes. That's been going on for so long, with their black community, within themselves,
Yeah,
It's
but and the thing is, it's also and I'm going to go on the racial venue here is like the whites against the white. I'm going to do it. White men against black women. The black women couldn't say anything because they were the white guys. They, people believed the whites before the. So there's a racial check in there, and it doesn't. It's. No, I'm sorry, but okay, I'm getting angry now, so I got to shut up for a minute and breathe.
Yeah. Did we get a rape hotline number or anything?
I'm
I'm
I
looking.
don't know if I gave that to you, G. But they can contact the Rape, Abuse, and Incest National Network, and they have a hotline number there. Or you can call. In rural community, services aren't that great. Like where Tiffany is, probably services aren't that as a social worker. They're not great. So they would have to go to like a city.
Right, but what did you say? Rape, abuse, sexual what?
Rape, Abuse, and Incest National Network. They have a hotline number.
We do in our rural community have something called Restore Hope, and that is for rape and domestic violence.
How do you spell incest? INC or INS? INC? EST?
In Central New York, it's Vera House in Syracuse, and they deal with domestic violence and rape. So they have that.
It's too much for me to type there. I can't do it. Maybe
you want me to read it again?
I just deleted
rape,
it.
And there's an acronym. It's RAINN. Rain.
Okay. So
that's what some of the
2 N's.
Yep. All right. So it's rape, abuse, incest. How do you spell incest? INCEST. And what's the 2 N's?
National Network. There we go.
Okay. So, I got 2 I's in national.
That's okay.
See, that's where it is. Here, Jane.
Oh.
RAINN.
There it is. RAINN. Yep, there it is. All right. So if you're going through this and you need something or someone to talk to or to reach out to, at least there's something there.
Right.
Because otherwise, we people need to help people too, though.
Yeah.
Watch for your neighbors. If you live in one of those neighborhoods, like start a community watch. If you see a woman or a defenseless person walking by themselves and a whole bunch of, there's a gang on the corner and there comes one person, you know what I mean? buddy up with that person. Just just look out for each other. Is that so bad? Is that a hard thing to do?
But the thing is, when the community gets together, they need to get together responsibly with responsible communities, police, or different. You can't just have a neighborhood, like 5 people on my street decide we're going to go watch out, we're going to do what we do, because then they get carried away in the wrong direction.
Oh, absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Exactly.
But it does. But I mean, it has to be
It can't just be 5 people from the same block. It's got to be 5 people and 1 person from the police department or from the community, rape. Whoops, she drove away again. From the rape community hotline people, whatever, it can't just be, as much as we'd love to, as much as there's 5 guys, we'll just choose 5 guys off TikTok if they all live on the same block, because somebody might look suspicious to them, but he's not, because he's doing the same thing they are, but just but didn't realize that there were other people looking around to help.
Right.
So you don't just go out on your own. There are people out there that are willing to help. And I know I love my law enforcement officers, because they're going to be standing there going, you cannot do this on your own. So if you have an idea, go to them. And if they say, we can't do that, it's not our thing, find someone else to go to. Don't just stop there.
If you're sitting there outside your freaking house on a street where you know that there's a lot of crime, all right, you're sitting out there doing fucking nothing. If someone is walking down the street and you can see that they're walking into danger, or a bunch of freaking, I don't know, lack of a better word, hoodlums sitting down there that they're like, woo, 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 catwalling, all that kind of shit to somebody, right? You're going to sit there and do nothing. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Just get up and walk with them. You know what I mean? Just say, hey, there's could be trouble here. Let me just, maybe help you get by these guys or something. You know what I mean? Laugh it off or something. I'm just saying that. I'm not saying, you all got to be organized, go get the freaking berets, put them on, carry guns, all that stuff. I'm not saying that. I'm saying watch out for your friggin' neighbor. Be attentive. Be aware.
Yeah.
That's
and
all.
The thing is, it's not just women who are at risk. Solitary men are at risk.
Exactly. If you see a disabled person, a child, a helpless person walking into danger, step up.
Walking alone, step up. Yeah. Do not sit there.
What I'm saying.
Because you know what they say, you play next to the dirt long enough, you're going to fall into it and get nasty dirty. If you just stand there and watch, okay, like I'm going to bring it up, the George Floyd episode. Okay. If nobody had recorded what had happened,
no one would have known. That guy off.
So if you just see some little kid walking down the street, or some woman, or some guy, or some handicapped person walking down the street, and you say, they're fine, whatever, instead of stepping up and saying, hey, do you know where you're going? Are you like lost because you need help? Something other than just standing there and watching.
Yeah. And rape doesn't only happen to women.
Nope.
It happens to men and children, and 1 in 33 men will get raped. And men are more embarrassed to come about a rape than women are.
Right.
I mean, women are still embarrassed, but men.
Oh yeah. Oh, you can't say that.
Because it makes them. The man will say, if I tell somebody, they're going to think I'm weak. I'm not strong, and I don't want to. But it's true, and it's not about the sex. It's about the power. Yeah. So that makes a man feel even worse.
Yeah. And especially if it's a man to man. So if a man rapes another man, that is definitely men. Yeah. Especially a heterosexual male doesn't want to talk about it.
Yeah, no, of course not. That's what I'm saying. These statistics that are out there now that are outrageously high aren't even half of it, because you have all the ones that will not report it.
Yeah.
If your child gets raped, you don't want them to go through the court system. You don't want to embarrass yourself, or you don't want your kid to relive that trauma. What do you think your kid is going to do? How do you think your kid is not going to relive that trauma by you just saying, it's okay, or get over it, right? Because it's not getting over it. Justice needs to happen, and
Yeah.
then you can go to counseling or whatever to get yourself over it. But to let it go unaddressed is wrong,
Yeah.
and then you're telling that child, oh, well, it's okay that they did this to you.
Right.
And it's
Yeah,
not.
or the child you tell the child, well, you just think that happened, because
Yeah, Uncle so-and-so is a good
Yeah.
guy. He
I
would
fell
never
asleep.
do
Yeah,
that.
exactly. I fell asleep and I found Uncle so and so peeing on me. Well, it's not. It's like, and that was 6 years old.
Ugh.
And they was like, no, you were just imagining it. It was a dream. It's like, dude, seriously. Now the person is like, not. It's not a dream. It's still something that recurs. And if people, Joni says you can't hide abuse or rape.
Right.
No, we can't. They try. People do try. And unfortunately, people who think they mean
My
well.
squid jar is filling fast.
Oh, yeah.
When I get a little passionate, my accent comes out full force, and so does the squares. It's like, forget about it. I swear to God, if you put these rapists out in front of me, they will not survive it.
No.
They will not. I'm telling you right now, they won't. And hey, I would go to jail willingly for that. If it took one of them fuckers off the road, all right? Because I can't get behind any of this, and especially not even just the children. It's anybody. I mean, it's just it's just so wrong. It's so wrong to take advantage of someone in that way.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it's not just people. People think it's the weak ones that get. It's not just
Bullshit.
the weak ones.
No, it's not.
I mean, you've got, well, not four, but technically you have four strong women here, and it could happen to any one of us at any time of our lives. It's like, just some guy.
And we all did. We all had experiences. Right?
Been there, done that. And it's
strong.
just because we don't talk about it every day doesn't mean it's not in the back of our minds.
Exactly.
There was something that one of my friends put up today, and she says, not my words, but please read. Trigger warning. As a sexual assault survivor, I can't stand idly by without saying something. I'm disgusted that this is even out in the universe, where some joke started on a stunt to cause fear. I know it's not a matter of intention, as there is always the possibility that someone will take it seriously. For y'all who haven't heard, there was supposedly the 24th of April, which is today, by the way, Sexual Assault Day. That was putting it nicely, to try and not have to use the rape word. Where did it go? I'm posting this warning and hopefully to help you protect yourself. Ears are easily ripped off. Fingers can be bitten off easily. The nose is one of the most sensitive parts to hit. Thumbs can go through eye sockets easily. Spray paint instead of pepper spray, so they will be marked and blinded. If you kick someone hard enough in their knee, it will break. Scratch to get the DNA under your fingernails for testing. Elbows are one of the strongest points of the body. It only takes 6 pounds of pressure to break the human collarbone, and it's one of those most painful places on the body. Temples are the softest spot and the easiest access to the brain. If you hit it the right way, the forehead is the easiest place to cut, and it says stay safe and keep your eyes open.
Yeah.
Your car keys are a good weapon.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you hold them and do
Yep. Key out there. Boom.
Yeah, exactly. That's through your fingers.
Yeah, but right here.
aim for the eyes.
Yep, right here, right up in the nose. Bam. If you can't get there, there are tips. You can Google this stuff. You can go to YouTube and see basic moves to help if someone grabs you from behind, how to get out of it. You know what I mean? You try to get your hands up here so you can get out of it. There are ways that you can get out of it: turning, flipping, taekwondo moves, jujitsu, whatever it is that you're throwing people around. But just bending someone's thumb back, you can disable a man by his thumb. Bob was showing me some of these things. I was amazed on the things that you can learn. And sad to say that in the society that we're in, it should be maybe it should be something that is taught, self-defense in schools. Yeah,
they've taken away so much from the schools, and it's not just it's not just like because some people, oh, we have to have a trainer for jiu-jitsu or or taekwondo or karate or whatever they can. It's not just that. You know what? Every town has a police station. You can go to them. She's back. She's gorgeous. Stop driving away. You know, every town has a police station. Go to the police station. You have a school, principal, whatever. Go to the school. You have parents coming. Go to the police station. Say, hey, we want to go and have our kids taught a certain amount of self-defense basics. Like you said, go to the nose, go to the knees.
A few
Start
more.
there.
Yeah, but even still, even if you can't do it that way,
No, I know, but I'm saying like there's
on YouTube.
so many.
Everyone's got a freaking television or a computer screen or a phone.
Yeah.
Like there's not that many that don't nowadays, and you can Google everything and YouTube anything, and there are basic moves. Learn it with your kids. With your kids. Bring the family unit back. You know what I mean? Get that back. That everyone takes care of everybody. Hi, Onyx. That's my puppy.
So, I want to talk. If you are raped or sexually assaulted, do not take a shower. Do not change your clothes. Do not take a shower. Immediately call the police or go to the nearest emergency room because they have rape kits.
Yep.
The police will know what to do. They will probably take you to the hospital. But emergency rooms have rape kits where they will collect evidence from you.
Yep. And you need that because, again, today, and especially a lot of these rapists, they're probably repeat offenders and their DNA is on file somewhere. So they can, lock it in and know who it is, So try to be aware, try to watch if this is going to happen and there's nothing, don't try to, I mean, I don't want you getting killed. You know what I mean? Fight to a degree, but don't get yourself killed. But try to pay attention to details too, to anything that you can help the police to get this scumbag, man, woman, or whatever, off the streets.
Right.
Hey guys, I can't hear anything, so I'm gonna jump off. I don't know if you can hear me.
Yep.
I love you guys, and don't be afraid. And I'm sorry if I'm talking over anybody. I love you guys. I can't hear anything. I love you.
I love you. Oh, that's too bad because she is just such a pillar of knowledge, Tiffany. I admire her so much. She works with these victims and these people, and she helps so many people on a daily basis. You have no idea what she goes through and what she does, and her temperament through it all. I couldn't do it. I honestly, I couldn't do what she does to get these people the help that they need because a lot of them fight the help.
Yeah.
It's sad,
Or they're scared. Like if you're in a domestic violence situation and because domestic violence goes hand in hand with rape sometimes, because your partner can rape you all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they don't want the help. So.
Sometimes they don't realize that there is help out there.
Right.
They think that this is because it's not just the sexual aspect of it. Is you're mine. Nobody's going to believe you, and I can do whatever I want to you because we're married.
Yeah,
it's not true. Yeah. There are ways. So.
Yeah, boyfriend, girlfriend, girlfriend, whatever. Rape is unconsensual. Sex with anybody got to be consensual.
Yeah. And there is marriage rape. There is a lot of marriage rape, and people just take it because, I'm married to him.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Right. Not cool unless you're role playing. Right. Other than that, no.
But then that's consensual.
Is it? Yeah.
Even in dom and submissive relationships, it's consensual, and they have a trigger word that they can say, red, blue, purple, whatever the trigger word is that says, okay, stop, we're gone too far. Mm-hmm. That's consensual. Mm-hmm. So it needs to be, and the thing is, all you got to do is just reach out to one person at a time. If you call your local hospital or local whatever, and they say, we can't help you right now. I've heard, totally odd to me. Somebody called 911 and got hung up on. or some, or they just, can't understand you because there was a connection in the phones. Keep calling back. Find someone to keep talking. Safe word. Thank you, Janice. You don't stop. Just keep going.
Yep. Because this is true. This is true. 1 out of 6 women in America have been the victim of or attempted. Like I put a guy away for attempted. It was in my car. I pulled to a stop. I was driving. I pulled to a stop sign. I stopped, and I just, I don't even know how I did it. It was almost like I was in an out of body experience. You know what I mean? Like grab my pocketbook, grab my keys, because I said I gotta go pee. I'm like, how am I gonna get out of this car? I'm like, oh well, we're gonna go up here. You know what I mean? I'm like talking to this man to talk him down, and then I'm like, I really gotta go pee. So we pull up to a stop sign, and I get out of the car, I grab my pocketbook, my keys. I'm like, I don't want you to steal my car. Shut the door. Because I knew, shit was going to happen. But I talked myself into this comfort place with this guy that he actually stayed in his car. Right? But anyway, I get out of the car. I walked to not, say anything's wrong, walked in front of the car. And then there was a big hill and there was a house there. As soon as I get to the hill, I just bolted and I lost it. You know what I mean? And I'm banging on this house all the way around. And then someone finally came out, and I got in the house. They called the cops. Cops were there in no time. The guy stayed in the car like an idiot, right? But thank God he did. He got put away. Like the court thing was, yeah, it was a pain. It was an ordeal to go through. But I'm glad I did, and got him put away. But the cops were just the best. I'll never forget the guy, Officer Henry. He was it was a black officer who was really nice, and there was a white guy there who was a real prick. Right? It was Officer Henry who was he was just like, he's the one who calmed me down, because then I was so nice and calm and cool and collected in the car, but as soon as I was out of the situation, I lost it, But I don't know what could have happened. I could have gotten killed. Who knows what could have happened? But you got to try to
do your best to stay calm, and if you can figure out a way to get out of it, great.
Yeah.
But if not, fight back. Whatever it takes, fight back. But like Gina said earlier,
don't fight to get yourself
make
killed.
sure that you stay alive.
Yeah.
Because we need you. We need everybody here that makes a difference. And the thing is, when people go, well, I don't want to, I don't want to have to put myself in front of the courts because I don't want to, be out there. But you going out in front of the courts, what Gina did going through the courts, may have saved the next person down the line that he could have done this to. Exactly. Or somebody else who he's already done it to might say, he did the same thing to me. I need to come forward.
The courts are scary. Going through court is very scary.
Oh yeah.
And
it was superior court.
Team can victim shame you and slut shame you and
That's what that white cop was trying to do in the house as this was going on. Well, what did you do? And he was acting like that. And the Officer Henry, the really nice one, looked at him and said, "You had better get your ass outside." And he put it like that. And he did. He went outside, And he says, "I apologize for how rude he is." It's like, that's the clueless things. Those are the people that, shouldn't have that power, because not all cops are bad, but not all cops,
Right.
Some of them are just the best. They're like walking angels.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter how you dress. It doesn't matter because it's power and control. It's not how you dress.
Yeah.
You can dress however.
Yep. I was given a guy that was sitting and how this whole thing started was I was a pool player and we were playing pool all night long in a pool hall. That guy was sitting in there all night long talking with everybody, blah, blah, blah. Said, "My truck is broken down. Can you give me a ride to my truck?" Because he was sitting there all night long. I'm thinking, oh, well, these other guys that I know probably know him, but they didn't. You know what I mean? Because this all came out after. But I was like, oh, sure, I'll give you a ride. Being nice.
Yeah.
Don't give a stranger a ride.
Yeah. I heard something the other day with the buildup of this show. I've been paying attention and doing some research. There was a woman on TikTok. She did a video, and it's like a notice to all the people. If you have somebody who comes up to you in a wheelchair or with crutches or walkers and said, "I need help," just say, if you got that tiny inkling feeling that's like,
Yeah,
just say, "Look, I can't help you, but let me go find someone who can." If that person is telling you, "No, I just want you. I don't want anybody else," then that should set that trigger off in your head that something's not right.
yeah.
So just say, "Look, I can't do it right now, but I'll call somebody to have them come help you." It's like, I don't have,
Yeah.
listen to your
Gut feelings are usually always right. You can't trust someone just like that. But this guy was smooth, but he was definitely mentally unwell, and he had done that before.
Right.
Yeah.
So that came up in court, but it was intimidating, and it was superior court. So you're like up on the box, you're like way up tall. You know what I mean? And it was really like, it was scary. But I'm not going to back down from anything. So of course I'm going to go and put this asshole away,
So another point, and this happened in a local nursing home in central New York, that rape can occur at any age.
Yes.
There was a nursing home got in trouble because they brought in this guy who has a history of raping people and sexually abuse. They attempted to rape 2 women in the nursing home. So
yeah, and that's coma victims. I mean, it's rampant in every. It happens in jails. If you have male guards with the females, you know what I mean, and reverse. Okay, yeah, that goes on. I witnessed that myself. That's horrible, But yeah, you give someone power, and then they can use that against people that are supposed to be under their care.
Yeah.
Right? And
I think that everybody,
workplace, everywhere.
Exactly. And I think that's where, I don't know about the States, but a lot of them in Canada, anybody who deals with children, who goes to seniors' homes, they have to have a background check.
Right.
They have
that's if they get caught.
Yeah, but the thing is, you can also do it, go a second step, like for nursing homes. Never let just one caretaker go into a room at a time. Always have 2, so there's always a precaution. And I know a lot of people,
kind of hard.
That's a little more expensive, well, here. Yeah, I think for me, my way of thinking is like, I'm gonna pay for a second person to go and make sure that your patients, the people that are entrusted to your care, is safe and comfortable. Or take the chance that that person is going to get hurt. I'm sorry. I'm gonna spend the money. How many people do you have there?
But Tammy's in that right now. She's in dealing.
There is a shortage in nursing homes.
Oh, I understand here too. I mean, aside from the COVID issues, but here as well. Yeah. But I mean, how many have I seen on the news? Children who've put their parents in seniors' homes. And they get a little, something's not going right, so they put one of those teddy cams in with their parent, and they catch what goes on. Mm-hmm. And it's not always just sexual violence or violence in general, but it's abuse, theft and all that stuff. So there's got to be a way around to fixing these things. And for people who need to, again, we're sort of getting off a little bit. Okay, I am on the topic that this sexual assault day. Yeah, but this sexual assault day just sort of hit a sour note in my stomach. So and I'm sure all 4 of us, even if she's not here, we know what it feels like. We know that terrible feeling, and it's we need to help each other.
Exactly. That shouldn't. TikTok should have put a stop to it. Like I said before, Facebook.
I think the original. I think the original idiots were, but now it's but now it's a lot of people defending. Whoops! There she goes again. I think it's the people who are defending, saying, "Look, if you're worried, come and see us. If I see somebody doing it, I'm gonna defend you." So now it's people who are defending the possible victims out there, whereas the original gang who did this set up this stupidity.
Stupid day. Today
because I searched for them, because I did search for them and I couldn't find the original.
Yeah, I think TikTok took it down, but there's copycats.
Well,
and they create new profiles and whatever.
Yeah,
exactly.
But there was a lot of support behind it at first. So there was a lot of outraged people, but there was a lot of support behind it. That's sick. That's horrible. That's wrong. Those people should be just as accountable as whoever started it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You're gonna stand behind a schmuck like that says, "Oh, let's make National Rape Day." Fuck you. Fuck them. They all deserve to be in the ground. Right? I'm just saying it.
Painfully.
I have no patience. Can you tell?
No.
I have no empathy and no patience for someone that will abuse someone in that fashion.
And for those of you who are uncomfortable with our topic of conversation today, good. Because we need to make people uncomfortable so that they can do something. They can make a change. People like Tammy and Tiffany work in the business. They do their best to help, but in the victims. But everyday people have to help. If it's making you uncomfortable, good.
Yeah. But again, teach your kids. Try to get a self-defense class in. If you can't go to a self-defense class, look it up on YouTube. Teach your kids. Do it with your kids so you know it too. Yeah. Everybody in the family. Take your family unit, make it strong, and then say to your neighbor whose family may be all over the place, say, hey, look, we did this to become this. And then if everyone can be all grouped together, then you've got a nice, strong community, and then just let it grow and grow and grow and grow and grow. Right? Okay. Watch out for each other. No one's gonna do it for you. You got to do this yourself. You gotta step up. Yeah. Take care of yourself and your family, and teach yourself and your family what needs to be done in case these things happen. Try not to put yourself in those types of situations. Sometimes it's tough, like your daughter's in college. Absolutely. Your daughter, your son, whatever is in college, get them a self-defense course. Yeah. Have them buddy up with people. Don't let them wander around by themselves. Mm-hmm. Don't just, be aware and don't put yourself in bad situations if possible. Yeah.
And I think one of the things that I read on what the young woman shared about how to defend yourself and things, I think the thing that just for me was like a major aha thing was the spray paint can.
Because you can get some. No, I didn't even know that.
You walk into a place and you have a mace or whatever kind of spray, it's a lethal weapon. They can take it away from you. But if you have a can of spray paint, it's just as bad, But it's going to mark that person. For the stranger rapes, that will help.
Even a thing like this right here, this is a sports alarm. Okay, it's got this little thing here. Right, yeah, I'm not going to pull it because we would all go deaf. I'd have to go back here. Right? Yeah, all right. That is loud. You carry this around with you if you're going out by yourself, you're going out jogging, you're going out walking, because it's day, night, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what time, it is. But a thing like this can help you a lot because, of course, with that blaring, ear-piercing sound, your attacker will run,
Yeah.
So I also, I have taken rape seminars being a social worker. I also heard if you yell fire really loud.
Yep. Yeah, because that gets
instead of help, yell fire.
Because some people don't want to get involved. But if they hear fire, they're like, oh my God, is it my house? Or oh my God,
Right. Yeah.
But rape and help is like the least it's like, oh, I don't want to get involved. No.
Yeah. But carry things that will protect you, help you, but you can get mace and pepper spray and those things, but the spray paint, that's awesome. That is awesome. You can buy a little can of spray paint.
And just remember, whatever you get, your perpetrator could turn it around on you and grab it from you.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
and use it against you. So.
Yep. That is true. But again, good thing is a self-defense class and get away.
There's not one thing. Yeah. There's not just one thing to 100%.
Yeah.
There's not just one thing to help. Use as many things as you can.
Right.
And the biggest thing is make sure you talk to somebody, go to somebody, ask for help.
You can even use a pen in the eye.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Yeah, things that you have in your car, just think, or on your person or whatever. I mean, anything can be turned into a weapon quickly.
Mhm.
Ladies' shoes, the heels of your shoes are a major weapon.
Yeah.
Especially those
Especially some of
high
Tammy's
nails
shoes. Yeah,
right to the forehead.
It's got
bam.
nails.
Yep, nails. Your nails in the eyes. Yeah,
So, yeah.
me, I'd be right here. Boof, right here. You're out. You're down for the count, and you poor bastard. Because once you're out, I'm not done with you.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
Like isn't there something right here? If you punch
Yep.
that,
Yep, throat punch someone, you knock the wind out of them.
right?
Right here, you break their nose, it can go into the temple. You could kill them, but I mean, you break their nose, they're not going to go down. The thumb is a disabling point. As long as you get that down, they're not going to be able to like move. It's crazy. Bob showed me some stuff that he learned through whatever it is that he takes. I don't know, some kind of martial arts, thing, but just knowing how to shift your body. But those, just the basic get yourself out of the block moves, go on to YouTube and find them and learn them.
Yeah.
How you can bust out what's the strong parts of your body and what's the weak parts of your body.
Yeah.
And protect.
Protect your face. Yep. Yeah. Yep. But kick him in the balls, knee him in the balls, grab the balls. Balls are a big point in the men. There's a disabling point right there. All right.
Yeah.
Get them down, get them out, whatever it takes.
Do what you got to do.
You do what you got to do for sure.
Exactly.
Eyes, nose, throat, and chest, even. You know what I mean? But yeah, get them down and get them out. But it's sad. It's just a sad, sad thing that you even have to have a conversation like this because it's rampant. Our statistics are far too high. It's outrageous. All these things, physical violence, power control, how many rapes there are, what the ages are throughout the world. It's beyond. 60% are not reported to police. 97% of rapists never spend a day in jail.
Yeah.
What the hell is that? What is that? Because they're not.
5 out of 1,000 rapists will never end up in prison.
That's not right. If you have to open up another prison, open up another prison.
Mm.
We'll make them work on the chain gang.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Down south, they have a chain gang more up in the north compared to the north.
Yeah.
You actually see them working on the chain gang.
I swear to God. I mean, you bring back martial law and they'll think twice. If they know what's going to happen to them, they get caught, and whatever you do to that person is going to happen to you. Might make them think twice.
Might.
I should be president.
God help the world.
Gina for president.
And then you can use your Boston accent.
Yeah, absolutely.
There you go.
Get the fuck out of here. I got no patience for you.
Well, I think we have been at an hour. I think we have held to this hour, and I think we have given out as much information as we can. Yeah. I want to thank the ladies here. This has been an interesting topic. I think we're going to have some more interesting topics to discuss down the foxhole. Tammy, Tiffany, I know you're not there, but you're listening. Hopefully,
I love you too. I really wish she could have.
Yeah. Well, you know what? She kept driving, and she didn't bring us no. What was it? Starbucks.
Yeah. I like those.
The pink drink, man. I have this thing about the pink drink, right? It's vegan, and
I don't have.
I know you're all the vegan stuff. I'm like, no, bring on the beef.
I don't know. You need to try the pink drink. You could even
still try
like that pink drink with a little vodka. I think.
There's the Tammy I know.
You come into work. Oh, it's just my little pink drink from. It's not spiked.
Oh my God, I love you.
I'm just kidding.
I did. Yeah. No, you're not. Maybe a little bit. Yeah, you should talk, Mama. You got a drinking problem. We just found that out on Thursday.
If any of my coworkers are listening, I don't smoke drinks.
No, she doesn't drink on the job.
No,
I have
no.
a drink on the job.
Never. No, she's extremely professional, and she does take her job very serious, and she does know her stuff. And this wasn't really, yeah, we just got a little silly, but it was an extremely touchy, sensitive topic.
Important topic needs to be spoken about.
Yeah.
Right.
And if it has happened to you, go to a counselor, find help. Don't deal with this stuff by yourself. Just don't. It's not worth it that you put yourself through.
And I hope we could have provide enough information for everyone that needs help or whatever.
And if not, you know what? Get a hold of one of us, and if you have any questions that we can help you with, if we can't help you, then we're pretty darn sure that we'll find somebody who can.
Yeah, we'll do our best. Yeah. Tammy,
All right, ladies and gents.
all the agencies, but yeah, thank you, and we will see you on. I don't have my book here. We'll see you on Thursday
Exactly.
with Mike Anthony.
All right, bye guys.
All right, bye Tim. Tams. Bye Tim.
Bye.
All right, I'm gonna end it.
Yeah.